This ain't financial advice. I was talking to a good friend of mine earlier, and he said, they say the market is going down in September. You know I love that narrative. And, you know, the thing is that these are all narratives. Nobody knows what the markets are doing, when they're going to do them. Nobody in the non-billionaire zone, okay? Nobody thought the market would do what it's doing right now, but it did it. Go look at what the market projections for the future were a year ago and a year before that. We have entered into one of the largest bull cycles in real estate, in stocks, in cryptos we've ever seen. That is a fact. So when you hear people saying they say, be very skeptical and ask, who are they? And what do they say? And why? Just this omniscient being, all-knowing. No one knows who it is. It's a narrative that is being pushed. Okay? The market may go down. It may tank. The market may go up. It may shoot through the roof and make more history. You and I don't know. We are normal people. I am not a billionaire. Full transparency. Let me read you a little quote by Tom Clancy here. The control of information is something the elite always does, particularly in a despotic form of government. Information, knowledge is power. If you can control information, you can control the people. At the end of the day, an idea is like a seed that they put into your mind, a story that you believe. And yes, we do choose to believe the stories that we wish to believe. And sometimes those stories are things that we think are things that are going to make us all rich. Not financial advice, of course. But remember that the news media outlets are not your friend. Okay? They're not, because they are corrupted. They are controlled by people with big, deep pockets. They are controlled by billionaires. Okay? And hey, I'm not hating on the billionaires for trying to make a buck. This is a capitalistic society. I thought that's what we were supposed to do. But as you and me go through these markets and we try to retain and grow our own wealth, beware of the traps that are set for you. And some of those traps are right in between your eyes. That is a fact, and don't let it be a surprise. And let's talk about billionaires, because I wanted to, I didn't address this when it came out, but I think I will address it now. Mark Cuban was tweeting with Charles recently, and let's read these tweets to you. Here we go. Why don't we? Cuban, the reality is that even with crypto, supply and demand is undefeated. Without demand, it's all just talk, and utility drives demand. Utility. Doge may or may not survive long term, but it won't be the first product whose users took it in a new direction from its original intent and succeeded. Billionaire. Charles responded, Mr. Cuban, what stops you from reviewing the king Cardano ADA. Take fundamentals, usage, energy consumption. It will beat everything in all dimensions. Cuban, are you personally able to use ADA for anything? Nice, Mark. Okay? Real nice. First of all, Harry, Larry, and Jerry from the finance channels, they went and tried to use Dogecoin to buy something at the Mavericks stadium. And it didn't work. They'd never heard of it. They were like, Dogecoin? What? So, are you personally able to use ADA for anything? If so, what have you used it for? The question I ask about all crypto, do you find yourself using it for anything that you find value in? When was the last time you bought a coffee with Dogecoin, Mark Cuban? When was the last time you bought a car with Dogecoin, Elon Musk? When was the last time you bought a Happy Meal for your kids with Dogecoin? They don't accept it because it's a highly volatile asset. Unfortunately, even these people who are billionaires, who own basketball teams, and have beautiful wives and smart children and really nice hair, don't understand that, I'm sorry, cryptocurrencies aren't necessarily the best type of currencies. If you want to be into crypto, Cuban, you should accept a stable coin. Okay? Trading in highly volatile assets doesn't make a lot of sense. Gold is not a great medium of transfer. I wouldn't want to give someone something that lost 5 or 10% the day I did it. That can happen with gold. It typically doesn't happen with US dollars. So Charles came in, very classy. He said, "You're breaking my heart, Mark. But levity aside, come by the farm in Colorado sometime and let's chat." Cuban comes back. "Levity aside, Charles, whenever someone pitching me tells me it has to be in person, that's a red flag." Okay, Shark Tank man. I know this isn't a pitch. Okay, so what's your point? Did you just contradict yourself? But would love to know, where do you use ADA on a daily basis? How should or could I use it today? I don't know, Mr. Mavericks. Why don't you accept it at your stadium? It's ranked higher than Dogecoin. I can answer this for all the crypto I own. List them, dude. List them. Charles comes back. "Seriously, Mark? It was just a friendly invite. But you want to pitch ADA over Twitter? Okay. We have 5 million students in Ethiopia, thousands of assets issued on Cardano, a nice DApp ecosystem brewing for smart contract launch, a new VC model with Catalyst, huge community." Charles eloquently put the Cardano ecosystem. I don't think it's too hard to look into that. Cuban, "That's great. I'm happy for your application in Ethiopia and thousands of assets issued. Let's talk when the platform stops brewing and starts serving users." It does more than Dogecoin already. Are you serious? Not saying you can't do well, just saying you aren't there yet. See, what's really happening is that he has an invested interest in Ethereum. That is the facts. And that is why I'm talking about information control, because he doesn't want to give in to Charles, even though Charles is a billionaire. He doesn't want to give in to that and admit that something better may be coming along. He has an invested interest in Ethereum. He's expressed it in the future, but you are an ETH OG. Why not smart contracts to start? It's called peer-reviewed, researched programs and papers so that we get the best final product. Mark, have you ever made a trade on Uniswap? Cardano. Charles wrote back, "We rebuilt an entire smart contract model. It took 4 years to do it, but it's necessary if you actually want security and scale. No more DAO hacks," which, by the way, if you haven't read Out of the Ether, you should read this book, because it's all about the $55 million DAO hack. And it was $55 million when the book was printed. It's a heck of a lot more money now that happened with Ethereum, okay? Less off-chain code, consistent operating costs. Furthermore, I want all devs, not just Solidity devs, more languages, more people. There is great stuff coming for Cardano. Now, Cuban takes a little bit of a patronizing tone. "I'm rooting for you." Yeah, it sounds like it. "The more valid options, the better for all of us. But as I've been tweeting, for the foreseeable future, it all comes down to utility and marketing." Okay, what is Dogecoin's utility, Mark? Mr. Murky Merk? What is the utility of Dogecoin? Memes? Dogecoin had an update. A new meme came out. Really? When you have some apps, they're called dApps, Mr. Ethereum. They're called dApps. When you have some apps you think you could benefit from, I'm happy to try them out. I'm sure he'll give them raving reviews. Mark Cuban, Cardano, I don't know what that link is. And then Mark Cuban says, "I truly hope your dreams come true, Charles." What a condescending thing to say to someone. Mr. Basketball Team Owner. You know what? The reality is this is going to be a "I told you so" moment. This is going to be, because they're doing the Alonzo testnet coming up. They're going to have some demo dApps coming on that. They're calling it Alonzo White. And then they're doing a white, a red, and a black. And then they have something called the Actus Library. And that is actually going to allow users to use the blockchain that don't have deep developmental skills of the blockchain. Okay? And that is the kind of thing that is going to reorganize the future of finance so that the guys over at Goldman Sachs or JP Morgan can do transactions and not have to be a developer. Hello? There's your application. There's your utility. Mr. Mavericks. Couldn't even buy anything with the Dogecoin at your stadium. Where can you use it? Get your kids a Happy Meal. So this is what I talk about, billionaires manipulating people's thoughts. Now, this is on a micro level of the Twitter sphere, but how do you think it happens on a larger level when you're talking about financial institutions being threatened by future technologies they don't fully understand? There's a power struggle. As I've said before, one party has a better technology and they're trying to take power. Now, do you think an old institution of money is going to give that up easily? Do you think if I came out with a product that unearthed Microsoft tomorrow, I would just walk in the front door and everyone say, "Great job, Scott"? I don't think so. There would be a power struggle. And that will continue to happen. We will continue to play it out. And the more things you read in the media that are mental mind market manipulation, just be aware of them. Because the proof will be in the pudding, and the cream will always rise to the top. Apple is able to sell you a $1,200 phone because they have a great product. And at the end of the day, if Cardano launches its smart contracts and its dApps and its ecosystem is the great product we all hope that it's going to be, that's what we call a swish, Mr. Cuban. Anyway, if I don't see you, I'll see you courtside, Mark. I hope this is giving you some value, some information, and entertainment. And Mr. Cuban, if you're watching this, you go stake to that nerd pool. We need you in there. I'm Scott Wallace. If I don't see you, I'll see you on the internet. I'm out.